Most people think you need millions of views on YouTube to build a thriving business, but Nicholeen Peck proved that completely wrong. She built a global audience and sells products every single day, and she did it all without a single viral video. Here's how. So an introduction to who Nicholeen Peck is. She's a parenting expert, and she had a good local following. She had events that she put on where parents would come and learn parenting. Many years ago, my wife and I actually took that course from her. It was great. It was transformational in our parenting. Nicholeen also did public speaking where she could promote herself, and people in those events would then come to her program. She'd written many books and journals and resources and tools for parenting. Her goal is to really make a much bigger impact. While she was helping parents on a small scale, she knew that there was like a global, we'll call it an epidemic for parenting. She had the mindset, if I could go viral, my business would grow. But going viral isn't what helped her business grow or achieve her purpose. And the hint is she needed qualified parents, not just random viewers. Shortly after I went through her parenting program, I introduced her to the LEAF strategy. This was a strategy where we could create specific types of YouTube videos, put those videos on YouTube, and they would serve as magnets for her dream clients. So these weren't videos that went viral or that we intended for them to go viral. In fact, I prepared her. These are not viral videos. So what was the intention of these videos? We're gonna put these videos out there, and parents that are searching for help, they're gonna find these videos on YouTube search, on Google search, and today they'll find you on ChatGPT. Now the LEAF strategy uses a tree analogy, and I'll just cover it quickly. There's a trunk, branches, and leaves. The trunk of the tree is parenting, okay, and there's all different types of parenting, but the leaves represent really specific questions, like how can I get my kids to listen without yelling? Or how do I teach my child self-control? So the shift in mindset that Nicholeen had was a shift away from a desire to be popular and into a place of search visibility. Parents are online. There are millions of parents online searching for parenting help, and our goal became, how do we make Nicholeen be the one that all these parents find? So I helped her come up with the topics. We began filming these videos in bulk, and we were launching 5 episodes a week. These are searchable videos that basically had this built-in audience of these parents who need help. So what this started doing for Nicholeen is it took her business from being strong locally, right, to becoming globally. There were people all around the planet who were finding her videos and reaching out to her. Now, this wasn't right off the bat, but she even had an entire city in New Zealand have her come out and train the entire city. The city recognized the gaps and the lack in parenting training and resources, and Nicholeen flew and traveled out there and helped the entire city. And that is all due 100% to the work that we did on YouTube. Search visibility created credibility without advertising and without going viral. And when I say without advertising, there is a time and a place for advertising, but the cons of advertising is that you're interrupting people, right? And then when you promote or you show them any type of content, they have their guard up, right? They're irritated, they're annoyed, they don't want to be sold to. But when you can be found by people who are searching for help, you don't have to pitch them, you just help them. You just answer their questions, and it builds a relationship. So that's what Nicholeen did, is we created these videos that answered people's very specific parenting questions, and it built a relationship of trust. So then when they ended up on her website, and they saw her promotional content, they saw her programs, they saw her products, they were interested, and this whole time they did not feel like they were being sold to. So I'm just gonna show you what some of her programs and products are. If you go to her website and you click on store, I'll show you what's here. All right, you'll see she's got a teaching self-government parenting course for $4.99, mastery training up to $1,000, university for $1,000, deep dive for $500, 550, 97, roughly 30 or 35 bucks for that, 16 bucks for each of those. So she's got a lot of products, a lot of programs, and she's having multiple sales every single day. But I'll also say that a lot of her larger purchases and purchases larger than what you see on the webpage here, Those happen in one-on-one conversations. When you follow this approach on YouTube, people feel like they get to know you, and there's a level of trust there. And it's so valuable when you can then have a conversation with them. Imagine if you had a Zoom call with somebody and their reaction is, oh, you're the person from the video, and they feel honored that they get to talk to you. They see you as the authority in that space. So in this case, that's what happens for Nicholeen. Now, the strategy we use needs to be linear. That's what I call it. Okay, so you've got this solution or this product or this program. Let's say it's a parenting coaching program. If you go all the way back to the other side, what is the parenting question that's being asked? And that question leads to a video. I'm going to make a video answering that question. And I'm going to give them a free resource that relates to the topic we're talking about. It relates to their question. And that free gift is a stepping stone that relates to this service that I offer. So everything needs to be linear. Now that makes sense, but you actually intentionally have to think about it that way. What are the questions that people are asking that leads through many steps to that service? I want to show you something impressive. Okay, if we're here on YouTube, and if I type in discipline teenager, notice who's in the number 2 position. We've got Nicholeen Peck, 38,000 views. This video's been here for 3 years. What if I change that to child? Notice that Nicholeen Peck is the top 2 videos on this page. So parents all around the world are finding her at the top of YouTube's search for really specific questions and now really competitive topics. They're also finding her the same way on Google, and they're finding her on ChatGPT. I'm going to link to another episode that I'll put on the screen right here. It's called The Leaf Strategy. The Leaf Strategy is the exact process that we followed to get Nicholeen to rank in all of these places. So I highly recommend you watch that video next if you want to know how we did what we did. So go watch that video now.